Hello darling, you know I come in, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, so let me play a little bit, of course darling, that is what you can see, that we are playing here, of course they are around us, they are after us, they are searching us, of course darling, that is what you can see, that I wanna shoot myself, of course darling, that is what you can see, I wanna go away from the whole circus and this whole war and this whole everything, of course darling, that is what you can see, that we're killing each other and I wanna go away, I wanna choose, I wanna island with peace, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, of course darling, I don't want war, but if they want to kill each other, they can kill each other, I'm gonna stay by myself, of course darling, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, of course darling, I'm running with the cars, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, so let me go away from them, I don't want them, of course darling, that is what you can see, that I wanna search a little bit, that I wanna travel, that is what you can see, that I'm an adventurer, of course darling, but forget about them, of course darling, I just wanna travel, that is what you can see, that I have my own ring, that is what you can see, and the walls speak to me, of course darling, and I have to keep what I can, of course my girl. Of course, darling, they say I'm like poison, of course, because I speak too much, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I can convince anyone, that is what you can see, of course, my darling, that is what you can see, they say that I'm like poison, that I can convince them, of course, darling, but what I want is nothing, darling, of course, I just want to stay at home and make business and nothing else, of course, darling, that is what you can see, and go and travel around the world and make some business there and here and there, of course, my darling, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, of course, darling. That is what you can see, that I'm traveling, but I'm traveling here and there and I go everywhere, of course darling, that is what you can see, that they are after me, they are trying to haunt me, of course darling, that is what you can see, I have many poison around me, of course darling, I try to heal, of course darling, that is what you can see. Give me something for my kid, of course, darling, because if not, he's not either, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that he's gonna eat chocolate and dogs don't have to eat chocolate, of course, darling, that is what you can see, you know that, so give me something for him, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I want to have him, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I want to take care of him, of course, darling, they are after me, and they cannot against me, that is what you can see, that they are trying to haunt me, of course, darling, they want to put me a bullet in the head, they wanna poison me, that is what you can see, and I try to stay clean. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, that they are trying to leave me blind. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, but I don't throw rice. Of course, darling, I just stay on the top, giving the back, and if they want to push me, I enjoy that, of course, darling, so I work here, that's my technique, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that if they wanna push me, they can push me, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that no one can against me, so I work, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I wanna give you a kiss. Of course, darling, I wanna shoot myself. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I don't wanna be there. Of course, darling, I don't wanna throw bombs. I don't wanna play bowling. I don't wanna play no of those things. I don't wanna play bowling. I don't just wanna throw bombs, I don't want war, I just want my truth and my peace. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. You know in what I believe, of course, darling, that is what you can see. That no one can against me, that I know how to work. Of course, that is what you can see. That I just wanna stay at home behind my walls and make some business. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. And travel around the world, of course, and they give me something here, and I take it, and if not, I go, of course. So I work, of course, darling, that is what you can see. And give me some shield for my boy, of course, darling, that is what you can see. That is what you can see. He's my little clown. He's gonna protect us. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That you can protect him and he's gonna protect you. Of course, darling, that's a guardian dog. Of course, that is what you can see. Of course, he's a half-breed just like me, but he knows what to do. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That no one can against us. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That he has some poison. He has some mouse that wanna poison him, and I know how to counter-arrest it. That is what you can see. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. And give me some shield for my girls. Of course, darling, take the coat. Of course, it's cold. Of course, you know. That is what you can see. That no one can against us. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That I wanna love you. That I wanna take care of you. Of course, I wanna give you a kiss, and that you feel that you're mine for some time, of course, darling, and then forget about that. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, that no one can against us, that we know how to move. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. Give me something for my girls, give me something for my boy, so he don't feel hurt. Of course, that is what you can see, that I wanna go, darling, and give you a kiss. I don't wanna marry you, you know that we are too far away from each other. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, so I have to go here. That is what you can see. So let's forget about that. Of course, darling, I just wanna go give you a kiss and go, and then we see how it works. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. I just need some shield. Of course, darling, and give you a kiss. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That you can feel safe by me. That you can feel sure. That you can feel secure. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That I have a big movement. I have much money. Of course, darling, sometimes they throw me ugly. You know, I'm a little bit two-faced. Of course, darling, I have the two sides from the coin, head or tails, you know, that is what you can see, but I try to keep clean and beautiful. Of course, darling, that's what you can see, that I'm beautiful, that they draw me ugly, but okay, what can I do against that? That is what you can see, that I want to protect you, give you a kiss, and you can help me, and we can travel around the world and make some business. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I don't want war, that I just want to keep at home and make some business behind the walls. Of course, my darling, I wanna shoot myself and see burn Troy. Of course, that is what you can see, that I wanna shoot myself and burn Troy. Of course, darling, that is what you can see, because they are here trying to make us less. They wanna stop the power, they wanna stop the love, they wanna make us all be behind them. Of course, darling, they wanna make us all hurt. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. They wanna keep our hearts. They wanna keep our lives, they wanna steal everything from us. That is what you can see, our life, our heart, they want it all, of course, and I don't wanna give them to them. That is what you can see, that I wanna stay clean, that I wanna have what I earned, of course, darling, that is what you can see, that I'm gonna shoot myself life and they're trying this whole world. They're financing, of course, their link just to keep the sources and to put a cross me the link. That is what you can see, that is what you can get here. That I want my truth. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. You know I'm a SRH, that is what you can see. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That's my truth. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That I have my ring and I go around the world with my ring. That is what you can see. That no one can against me. Of course, darling, I have my ring. I travel around the world with my ring. That is what you can see, that is what you can get here. But they all want to give it away from me. Of course, darling, they all want to betray me. They all throw poison at my meal. That is what you can see, but I try to stay clean. That is what you can see. Of course, my darling, that is what you can get here. That I just wanna give something to my girls so they have a shield. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. And I also want to give something to my boy with the gun so he don't feel hurt. Of course, that is what you can see. That is what I want. Of course, darling, give me a shield. That is what you can see. I wanna protect you and give you what you want. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That we're gonna have what we want. Of course, darling, I'm traveling. That is what you can see. That they want to expand and have everything. Of course, darling, that is what you can see. That they wanna throw them out from their rights and then take some cross in and then expand to there. Of course, that is what you can see. We are in a cold war, of course, and I just want to make business behind the walls from my home. Of course, that is what you can see. That is what you can get here. That is the only thing I want. Of course, that is what you can see. Like home nowhere. That is what you can see. Of course, my darling. That is what you can see. That I wanna love you. That I wanna take care of you. That I wanna give you a kiss. And that you feel in love and gone. Of course. And forget about them all.